Have you ever wondered if we are alone in the universe or if there is something more, something divine, communicating with us through the heavens? Imagine for a moment that each pattern in the stars and each inexplicable light is a fragment of a celestial message. Today, we will explore these celestial phenomena that have fueled debates among scientists and spiritualists. Are they divine manifestations or merely wonders of nature? Our sky has been a stage for events that defy explanation. From silhouettes that resemble angels to strange cloud formations, each observation brings with it a swarm of theories. But what if I told you that ancient scriptures speak of signs in the heavens as preludes to great spiritual events? Yes, these phenomena may be the heroes of ancient prophecies announcing monumental moments such as the second coming of Christ. How does this affect our faith and perception of the world? Are these signs invitations to look deeper, not just at the sky, but within ourselves? Today, I invite you to embark on this journey of discovery and reflection. I ask you, have you ever witnessed something in the sky that seemed more than a mere astronomical coincidence? How have these experiences shaped your beliefs or your curiosity about the divine? Let's unravel these mysteries together, better understand our place in the universe, and perhaps find signs that many await or fear. Be ready to question and be questioned, for the answers we seek may change our worldview forever. Now let's dive into the deep waters of ancient wisdom, exploring how biblical narratives not only tell us stories of the past, but also echo through time to our present. As we advance on this journey, we ask ourselves, are current events mere coincidences or prophetic milestones meticulously traced in the pages of the Bible? As we explore these connections, we start in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 30, where it is said, "Then will appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then all the peoples of the earth will mourn when they see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven with power and great glory." This verse is not just a prediction, it is an invitation to observe and interpret the heavens. As we witness unprecedented astronomical events and drastic climate changes, we are led to question, are we living in the days foretold for the glorious manifestation? And let us not forget Luke 21:28, which advises us, when these things begin to take place, stand up and lift up your heads, because your redemption is drawing near. This teaching offers not only hope, but a perspective on how we should face the signs of the times, not with fear, but with heads held high, ready for the approaching redemption. These scriptures challenge us to see beyond the obvious, to seek deeper meanings in world events. Each earthquake, each inexplicable phenomenon, each meaningful construction, such as the Third Temple in Jerusalem, gains new weight and interpretative potential when viewed through this spiritual lens. As we reflect on these verses and events, I invite each of you to ask yourself, how do these signs resonate in your own life? Are we, as a society, looking to the heavens and sacred writings for guidance and understanding? Today, more than ever, these biblical passages serve as beacons in a sea of uncertainties, guiding our hearts and minds as we navigate the challenges of a constantly changing world. Reflect, question, and above all, be prepared to find light even in the darkest moments. Imagine angels not just as winged beings, but as guiding stars in the vast ocean of our existence, illuminating paths when the night of uncertainty falls upon us. Angels, often described in scriptures as celestial messengers, act as bridges between the divine and the earthly. Each angelic appearance is like a note played on a celestial harp, whose vibrations reach the depths of our souls. They bring us messages that are echoes of eternal wisdom, whispered in the wind that sways the leaves of the trees of knowledge and life. Consider, for example, the figure of an angel as a beacon. In moments of spiritual storm or moral confusion, they project a light, guiding the lost ships of our hearts back to the safe harbor of faith and hope. Just as a lighthouse stands tall, angels are firm and serene, unwavering in the face of the tumultuous waves of our doubts and fears. Reflecting on the interaction of angels in human history, let us visualize not mere interventions, but divine dances. In every step and movement, angels choreograph heavenly intentions, gently touching the surface of our reality. When an angel appears to a human, it is not just an encounter. It is a confluence of heaven and earth, a tapestry where the celestial thread intertwines with the earthly thread, creating a design that reveals divine love and care. Thus, as we consider the presence and role of angels, let metaphors illuminate our understanding. May we see each angelic manifestation as a drop of morning dew, small, yet reflecting the entire cosmos in its transparency, reminding us that every small act of kindness reflects a larger portion of divine love. How do these celestial visions impact your spiritual journey? Are the angels you encounter lights on your path, or perhaps signs you still seek to interpret? I invite you to reflect on these celestial interactions, not just as narratives from a sacred book, but as living experiences that shape the fabric of our spiritual lives. In this segment of our journey, let us intertwine eternal truths with the pulsating challenges of our era. Modern life, with its fast pace and incessant demands, constantly pulls us towards materialism, often distancing us from the spiritual. But what if we looked at Christian teachings as compasses to navigate not only calm seas, but especially contemporary storms? Sacred texts speak to us about perseverance, love for our neighbor, and divine trust amid adversities. These messages resonate deeply today as we face global crises, social inequalities, and a growing disconnection with our inner selves. But how can these ancient precepts be applied to face, for example, the obsession with productivity or the relentless pursuit of approval on social media? Consider the Sermon on the Mount, where Jesus speaks about concerns for tomorrow. In an era of chronic anxiety about the future and success, these words invite us to reflect on what we truly value. Jesus encourages us to seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Matthew 6:33. This teaching can be a powerful antidote against the materialism that often dominates our lives. Moreover, the challenges of social justice and ethics in the digital environment can also be illuminated by Christian principles. Love your neighbor as yourself, Mark 12:31, is not limited to face-to-face interactions, but extends to the vast virtual world, where words and images have the power to build or destroy. And what about the growing concern for climate change and environmental destruction? Scriptures remind us of our responsibility as guardians of creation. In the book of Genesis, man is given dominion over the earth, but with dominion comes the responsibility to care for and preserve it. Genesis 2:15. Therefore, I invite each of you to consider, how can biblical teachings guide your daily decisions and actions? Are these eternal truths influencing how you interact with the world, advocate for justice, and care for your neighbor? As we continue to explore the theological implications of current events, let us remember that faith is not just a refuge in times of crisis, but a constant guide through the challenges and opportunities of each day. Reflect on this, and together, let's discover how ancient wisdom can illuminate our modern paths. In our daily lives, amid the highs and lows, it is easy to forget that we are not navigating alone. Scriptures repeatedly assure us that God is with us at every step, for He Himself has said, "I will never leave you nor forsake you." Hebrews 13:5. These words are not just an echo of comfort, they are an invitation to recognize the divine presence that sustains, guides, and protects us. As we look to the heavens, whether admiring the splendor of a starry night or contemplating the sun setting with promises of a new tomorrow, each glimpse of the infinite is a reminder of God's eternal care. And today, more than ever, I call you to action, not just to look, but to see, not just to hear, but to listen. These are God's signs in your lives, calling each of you to vigilance and preparation for what is to come. But what does it mean to be prepared? It means living each day with the awareness that we are immeasurably loved, that our existence has a divine purpose, and that we are called to be lights in this world, reflecting the hope given to us. This is the time to raise our hands, not in despair, but in gratitude and readiness for the blessings and challenges ahead. So let this message not just be heard, but lived. Bring this certainty to your homes, your communities, your workplaces. Share the comfort you have received, offer support to those in need, and together, as a community united by faith and love, we will be strengthened to face whatever the future holds. As your guide on this spiritual journey, I encourage you, let us walk with faith, look upward and inward, and always remember that, regardless of circumstances, we are under the loving gaze and eternal protection of God. Now let us leave here renewed, prepared, and filled with hope, ready to welcome God's signs in our lives with open hearts and elevated spirits. As we bring our journey today to a close, I invite each of you to a moment of stillness and introspection, not just as an end, but as a point of renewal and deeper connection with the divine that accompanies us every step of our lives. God of infinite goodness and light, in this moment of serenity, we calm our hearts and minds and seek your presence that soothes life's storms. Amid daily turmoil and struggles we face, we ask for your clear guidance and peace that surpasses all understanding. May we see your hand in each sunset, each smile, each act of kindness. Renew in us an unchanging hope and unwavering faith that empowers us to be instruments of your will, spreading love, justice, and compassion wherever we go. Grant us the wisdom to recognize the signs you send and the courage to follow the path you have prepared for us. In our doubts and uncertainties, may we remember we are not alone, for your presence surrounds us like a mantle of quiet certainties. May this prayer not just be words echoing in the void, but seeds that germinate into actions, transforming all around us. As we part today, it is not a goodbye, but a renewed commitment to live each day under your guidance and love. Amen. In this spirit of communion and reflection, I encourage each of you to carry with you the serenity of this moment. Let it manifest in your lives as a beacon of faith, guidance, and inspiration. And as we share this prayer, may we strengthen not only our individual connection with the divine, but also our union as a community committed to the paths of goodness and light. Let us go forth, not just as listeners, but as bearers of the message of hope and transformation, actively working in our communities, inspired and sustained by the faith we reaffirm today. May each step we take be a testimony of our belief and a reflection of the love we receive. With this we leave, not just encouraged but energized, ready to make a difference, keeping our eyes fixed on the sublime and our hearts open to the divine call. May God bless and guide us always.